What's going on, everybody? It's Dot Bets. We're checking back in. We got our game 2 analysis, picks, and some prop bets we are going to throw at you guys for the Clippers versus the Suns. Buddy is back with us. We are not in the studio, so if it is a little bit laggy, just bear with. We are on my Wi-Fi, so it's not as hardwired in as Buddy's nice studio. But we will make it work. How we feeling, buddy?
Feeling all right, man. Feeling all right. Just I'm more looking forward to tomorrow's game, but
Yeah.
I am excited about this one. I think we got good plays to put out.
For everybody checking in, if you guys have any questions over props, over under, anything that you're thinking about in this game, throw it in the chat. We will discuss it amongst ourselves and see how we are feeling on that particular bet. I got the Fantasy Labs props beta up, so we can see how they are feeling as well on it. And we'll get to it right away. Just real quick, if you guys are interested in getting a new book, sign up with BetUS. Use code DOTBETS, and you guys can get 125% sign-up bonus. And then I will throw you in VIP until the end of the finals for free. So nice little thing to have a secondary book just to see if you get a little bit better odds. I've noticed that, compared to DraftKings and FanDuel, sometimes BetUS does have the better odds of the three. So it's always good to have different sports books at your advantage there. So just take advantage of it if you can. We got Ed X in. Thanks for checking out the stream. We got Reggie Jackson over under 14.5 points. Buddy, what do you think about that?
I don't know where you saw 14.5. Actually, I mean, I'm actually playing them personally for over 18. So wherever you got 14.5, I love that.
I agree.
Yeah. Ayton, that's a tough one. It seems sensible that line seems like it's really low for a reason. I would take Ayton over rebounds, which I think was 10.
Are those adjusted, Ed? I think those are adjusted a little bit.
They've got it.
Yeah. But
yeah, they've got it.
Yeah, I mean, if those are adjusted down, I'm taking those 100% because I like those personally. I think it's like 15.5 for Ayton. I can check real quick, but I think Ayton can get that in points tonight. He's got a serious advantage against the Clippers tonight, so he showed it a little bit. And I don't think Booker is going to have an insane game like he had in Game 1. Somebody else is going to have to score for them to get this victory, and I think Ayton's a good candidate there.
Yeah, I wish he hasn't said. Yeah, let
I'm
us know
gonna
if those are
I'm gonna look on
adjustments. If not, I want to know
US real
what
quick.
you're using.
I'm gonna look here.
Um,
So
for whatever reason, the last 4 or 5 games, I've been putting out several player props, and I've been
yeah,
fairly successful. So
what so
drop
what
mine
side
in
are you
here.
on in this game, buddy?
Wow. Well, I mean, the Suns. I don't know that any sensible person could go any other way right now with the Suns at home, being undefeated. They're
Yep.
8-0 right
Oh yeah.
now. Their last 8 games, or 9-0. Hard to bet against the Suns. So I'm definitely loving their spread tonight and money line. I mean,
Yeah.
they're both good
They
plays.
nice little stat. They are I think 11-0 this year without Chris Paul. So I don't believe that that fails tonight. I am on the Suns. I'm on their spread -5. I've seen a bunch of people on their first quarter as well. They're one of the best first quarter teams in the NBA this year. I can see them getting up and staying up this entire game. Me and Buddy were talking about this earlier. We think just with, you know, kind of a letdown game for them after that big momentum game for them in game one. And I also think for, 2 Game 7 series going back at it, and now they're missing Kawhi. I think the longer this series drags out, you're going to see kind of like the Jamal Murray effect with the Nuggets, that you're going to definitely see a difference without Kawhi down the stretch of this, and then you add in Chris Paul down the stretch. So definitely think this is the Suns series. Only way the Clippers stay in this is if they just shoot lights out like they did last game for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like I was telling you, the the Clippers have played so well at home. Other than I guess so well at home the last series against Utah, and I kind of think some of that carries over in this series. I think the Suns dominate tonight. I've had a couple people tell me they think the Clippers season's over if they do lose tonight, and that's so far from the truth. I mean, the team has proved to play well at home when they're down, and they've proved to be clutch in moments they've needed to be clutch. So, um, I think the series still goes 6 or 7. I don't think just because the Suns are going to win tonight that this is going to be a
Yeah,
4-0, 4-1 series. Um, Missing Kawhi is obviously a big piece, but like I told you, man, they've got so many other guys defensively on that
yeah,
team that are studs. So if they shoot the ball well and play good defense, anything can happen because the Suns they're not a powerhouse
yeah.
on the offensive
I
side of the
agree.
ball by
They're
any
scrappy.
means. They're consistent, but
Yeah, Reggie
yeah.
Jackson. So his point total is over 19 and a half. So he's definitely going down. So yeah, I like the over obviously there. And Aiton, let's see, Aiton.
Yeah.
Aiton is 15 and a half. That's what I thought of, 14 or 15. So yeah, I like the over 11 and a half points there. So definitely take the over there. If you're doing adjusted lines, probably juice pretty heavily, but that's okay. Paul George, how many points / threes? So I think, let's
I'm
see what that's at. What do you think, buddy?
me. Well, me personally, I stayed away from this, man. I don't think he can continue. I don't think he's going to continue to do what he's been doing offensively after the last 3 or 4 games he's had. Um, and then the mental factor. I mean, they literally just went they had a chance at
Yep.
the end of that last game Sunday, and they couldn't pull through. And then they've been through 2 Game 7 series back to back. I mean, I don't think that continues. And then the Suns are so well rested, man. I mean, the Suns have literally this is the perfect scenario for there to be an upset, honestly, because the Suns have everything in their favor. Um, but you got to be a
Yeah.
brave man to
I,
to bet that. I mean, it's just everything's going right for the
I
Suns
didn't
in this
take.
series right now.
I think I might have taken. I don't know. I stayed away from the game one. I stayed away from game one completely. But in my head, I was on the Clippers just because of that momentum factor, and then I was thinking just because the Suns have been off for so long that a little bit of a kind of a little bit of a lag,
Come on,
and they
like
came out and impressed me, especially Booker, the way he controlled the game the entire time. So he took a
yeah.
huge step up in my book. I've watched him throughout college, and thought he was just gonna be one of those shooters in the NBA. He's turned his game completely around and has evolved, unlike Ben Simmons. I had to throw that in there.
Yeah, yeah, all these color analysts have said it. You know, whether you've watched the NBA, they've all been in agreement that the NBA truly is
Oh yeah,
in really good hands for the next 10 to 15 years. I mean, there are so many stud players out there. Um, I mean, obviously, being the best player in the world right now, but he's getting towards being past his prime. So, you know, having Donovan Mitchell and Booker and Tatum and Luca and all these guys, I mean, we're gonna have
yeah.
lots of great basketball watch in the coming
Agree.
5-10 years.
Uh,
Uh, and the cool thing about it is it's not necessarily all the blue
no,
blood team,
exactly.
you know, the Mavs and then the Suns. I mean,
Oh yeah,
it's, you know, we'll see. But I'm excited the way the NBA is trending. If they could just get off these BS, man. I mean, they treat these guys like
oh yeah.
babies. It's insane to me.
News that just broke: Marcus Morris is going to play tonight, so he is active. I was on the fence if he would play or not, but he said he was going to play, so he is good to go. I would probably lean under on his props. I don't know how well that knee is. Maybe just give it to go, just because it's the playoffs. But to answer how many
So,
points slash threes for George, I'm going to take the over 3.5 for that. It's plus money right now, and basically it's all on volume. He's going to shoot. What did he shoot last game? Let's see. He shot how many threes? He shot 15 threes last game. 15.
yeah.
I mean, he's going to have to do it again, and he hit 7. So I don't see him, if he takes 15 threes again, to not hit at least 4. I like that over 3.5 or plus money. That's a very good bet in my opinion. How many points he can
Yeah.
get, that's a different story. He's at total point. Oh, that's alternate. His total points is over 32, which is pretty steep. But the guy's going to have 30 shots again tonight. You know, he's going to have a lot of volume. So I don't mind the play. I would probably lean more in the points.
Yeah. To answer Ed Exon, whatever his name is, I like Ayton over 10 rebounds. But the one Ayton prop that got me and that sold me, and I don't know what it is here, but on Bet Online, Ayton over 2 blocks is at plus 200. So that definitely, if you can get anything plus 175 or higher on that, I would. I sold it for a unit, but half unit, nothing crazy. But those odds to me are just
That
too good to
US has
pass up.
steals and blocks at over 1.5 for minus 120.
Huh. Yeah, I like that. But that's so they don't have an
Nothing
over on
solo
blocks
blocks. Nope.
solo alone.
Steals plus blocks.
Very. What's so another prop? Well, since we're talking about these, Booker over 1 steal on Bet Online is at minus 140. What you got here?
Steals, double double. I don't think it has an availability on BetUS. They don't have. Sometimes they don't have those props. Like some
Same,
different books are a little bit different with those.
same with Bet Online. They kind of piss me off with their props because like tonight they have like you can bet on triple
Hmm.
double, you can bet on several other prop bets that 9 times out of 10 they don't offer. So I don't understand why some games will
Right.
offer it
Yeah,
and
that's
other
kind of
games
how
won't.
BetUS is too. They're just getting a little bit more detailed in the
Yeah.
playoffs here. But yeah, if anybody else has got any other prop
Yeah.
questions, spread questions, over under questions, throw it at us in the chat. That'll definitely keep this moving along, and you guys can pretty much dictate where you guys want us to talk about. Speaking of Devin Booker, what do you think? How do you think his game is going to do tonight?
Man, I don't like it. I like the under with his points, but his game as a whole, I'm hesitant or I'm contemplating betting him triple double. think it was plus 1,200 on Bet Online. I
Yep.
think they're going to force him to give up the ball, so I think he's going to get his over and
Yep.
assist fairly easy. Um, he's a good rebounding guard. Just I guess depends on the night and how aggressive he is. So depending on the odds, I might would place a small 120 play
Yep.
on his triple double. But his game overall, man, I mean, he is the Suns. He has to play well for this team to be successful. So I think he does it tonight. I don't think there's any way around it. I think
Oh
he's
yeah.
got to play great, and we've seen him do nothing but
Yep.
great
And
this
that
entire
was going to lead
season. So
into Edwin's. What bets are y'all going for tonight? The other bet. So we are both on the Suns. I'm on the Suns -5 for 2 units, and then I'm on this Booker total assist over 7.5. I think the Clippers are going to try to get him out of get the ball out of his hands, and he's going to have to be a little bit of a playmaker tonight. So I like the over 7.5 for -115. That's going to be a 1 unit play for me. And I got one more prop bet, but I wanted to see what you guys are thinking. And then in my bag says Bet Online, build your own is fire. You know what that he's talking about, buddy?
yeah, you can. Yeah, you can
Oh,
build
really?
your own props. I mean, I don't use it too often. I know several books offer that kind of thing, but yeah, you can build your own props. I guess it's a cool feature if you like to do that kind of thing. One other, so yeah, we're both on the Suns. I posted them way earlier. In my VIP, they were originally at -4. I'm king of buying points, so I bought point down to 3. But we're on that play for to win 5 units. I think it was risking
Yep.
6.25 units. Um, one thing I do want to tell you guys is my units do not stay at 5 units, or that's literally become a thing since the NBA playoffs because it's more chalky, I guess, for lack of a better term. It's more of a sure bet, I guess I should say. NBA throughout the season, I kind of stuck around 1, 2 unit plays because you just never know who wanted to show up and play. So when NFL and football starts, my unit sizes will probably go back unless, I'm super confident about, really confident about each one of these series. Well, outside of the Bucks, Nets, but these other series I've done very, very well in. So
Yeah.
just something to keep in mind. I'm not necessarily a 5 unit better every night. Um, anyways, one last play though. The Suns first half money line. Uh, I got it at I think -145. Well, it's probably a little higher now, but anything less than 175, I think you should lay a couple hits
You
on
said
it.
first half money line.
Like, yeah,
Mine.
I mean, like you said, man, it's been with the best first quarter teams, which essentially would be half of being a good first half team. So, um, dang. So yeah, it's moved up to -185. Wow.
-105, -3 for the spread in the first half. What did they do last game?
I think it was close. I think it was only a couple point game at halftime.
They do is 21. Yeah, so they were up by 3 at half last game. It
Yeah.
was 57-54 at half. They ultimately won by.
What's what's your first quarter money line?
First quarter
For,
money line. We got -150. So that's a little bit, but I think that's a better bet than the first half. A
yeah,
little bit less, yeah,
value
value
wise,
wise for
yes.
sure. Definitely, definitely could be in
Yeah,
play.
yeah, I like
Yeah.
that a lot.
So looking back at game one stat line, what would be one guy? Who's the one guy on the Clippers that needs to step up if they win this game?
Oh, clearly it's Batum, man. He's been that like seventh or eighth guy. Well, he's been starting this series and the end of last series. But I think he's the guy that needs to step up behind the line. In my opinion, that's who I choose. He's a forgotten man. I mean, he's gonna get shots because he's
Right.
going to be open all game. They're gonna key on George and they're gonna key on Reggie Jackson. So yeah, I think he's the guy and Rondo. Those two guys,
Hmm.
between those two guys,
Yeah,
that's who needs to step up.
I'm good with that. I think Tyron always use Lou. He always uses the first game or two in a series to kind of feel his opponent out. So he did play several different people, multiple. One, two, three, four, five, six. That was 9 guys in double-digit minutes. So he's trying to see what his best matchups are in this entire series, and then try to exploit them. You know, down down the series line. I think one guy who stepped up last game, or stepped up last series, didn't have that great of a game. But didn't have as much minutes. I think this man kid, he needs to score a little bit more. In my opinion, I don't think Reggie Jackson should be shooting 20 field goals a game. I think that should be pretty even with Man and Jackson. But maybe we'll see that again tonight without Reggie shooting 20 times. I think he got a little bit more ball happy.
I I don't disagree with you there, but Terrence Mann had the game of his life. He's not going to have another game like that in the next 2 or 3 years. I don't think. I don't think he's that kind of player. Um, but what with what you're saying and stepping up, yeah, everyone. I mean, when you say he's a step up, everyone outside of George Jackson and I guess you could throw in Morris, Zubac needs to be better. Which he's in a hellhole with having to defend and
Yeah.
play against Aiton. But
3-point shots. So we got a question from Fake Joints. Cam Payne over 1.5 3-pointers. I like that, and I would say that Fantasy Labs is kind of right on the fence with it. They think he's going to shoot 1.8 as a projection, so I'd assume 2. It's over 1.5 is minus 148, so they would edge to the over there. So I like that play. I can see that hitting.
yeah, yeah, I don't. I think Campaign's done a really good job defensively and as a distributor last game. What were his stats last
Let's
game
see.
behind the three? He's not a three guy. He's a. I'm trying to think of
He
someone
went 1 of
to
4. 1 of 4.
compare him. Yeah, he's not a threes guy, man. He takes them if he's wide open, but he's more of a man. Trying to think of somebody who always shoots at the elbow, like a
Yeah.
CJ McCollum, but not
If we get
from
those corner
behind the
threes a
arc.
couple times, yeah.
He likes to he
Mhm.
likes to play from the elbow,
Um,
man,
And then
or within
then we got
inside the
Yist
paint. So
without Paul playing tonight. You like Booker over 2.5 threes. He went 3 of 7 last game.
I like. Yeah, I mean, Booker's going to be shooting the ball. I mean, between Booker and Crowder, I guess you could Cam John, but they really don't have a ton of offensive studs.
No.
So I think I like the over 2.5
Yeah,
threes.
I would just
a lot.
caution. I'd probably do a half unit bet for myself if I ended up playing that, just for the sole fact that I think they're going to try to get the ball out of his hand. And if he's going to have to produce,
Yeah.
he's going to have to be off the dribble and maybe not have those 3-pointers hit. He had 7 attempts. I don't know if he gets to 7 this game. I could see him in the 4 or 5 range. So that means your percentages have to be very high.
Yeah,
And then
I
go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say I don't think either that. I don't think it's like you kind of said, a toss up, man. It's not a bad bet, but
Yeah.
it's not a
Yeah,
sure bet
Fantasy
either.
Labs guys, their prop beta likes under 6.5 rebounds for Devin Booker. They have that as a rated 10, so they don't really have many of those, so that's a 10 for the night. If you guys are looking for a play there, another bet I really liked. Sorry,
What
that
was
was
that
the
again?
rebounds for Devin Booker under 6.5, plus 115.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Under?
So they're thinking
Yeah.
he's not going to have another triple double. And then he's got another bet from Yist. I really like tonight is Payne over 6.5 assists. Let's see.
I love that play. I was
you
just
go.
typing that out to him. I love it. Payne is a facilitator, and he's learning
see
from
right
the
here.
best. He's learning
Fantasy
from.
Labs loves it too.
I can't.
It's an 8 rating, so that's a good
Yeah,
rating there.
that's it.
They think he's going to get, they can get anywhere between 7 or 8. So that's a good plus money bet, plus 105. You got plus 110 there, yes. So yeah, definitely take that. It's a good find right there.
Yeah, love that. At
Mhm.
plus 110 too. Yeah. Hey, I don't know if you had plans to do this or not, Dot, but I told some of these boys we're gonna be releasing a 4-team
Oh, let's
MLB
do it
parlay.
for the
So
late night.
we don't have to do it now. I don't think the games start for an hour. We've got some
Oh yeah,
games that start at
we could
8:30,
throw a little
8:40.
parlay
There's
together
4
for
hours.
MLB.
So
We've hit one of 2 so far. So yeah, definitely.
Ed Exon, John Crowder over 4.5 rebounds. I've got that posted as a VIP, um, and I think it's over 5 for us. So yeah, I like that. It's a good bet. Do we want to talk before we do the parlay? Do we want to talk about tomorrow's
We can
matchup?
go there real quick.
Um,
But for the rebounds, let's see what he's got.
I mean, we
He's got that as a pick 'em for Fantasy Labs over. He's got a 5.3 rebounds. So if you're at 4.5, that's a pretty good outcome there. So yeah, definitely,
yeah.
I'd take that for sure.
um, yeah, guys. I don't know if y'all have more questions on this game.
Yeah, keep them coming or whatnot.
Feel
But
free
we can adjust to the.
I do want to talk about tomorrow's
Tomorrow's
game
game.
just a little.
Yeah. Yeah, so we won't stream tomorrow night. But we got Hawks Bucks game 1 with the Bucks minus 7.5. What are your feelings on this game, buddy?
Yes. Oh man. There's nobody in the National Basketball Association that can guard Giannis. There's no one. Absolutely no one. So if he and all the analysts, color analysts we've watched over the last few weeks have all said this, and I wholeheartedly agree that when he doesn't shoot from behind the 3 line and he drives and dishes and he leaves that, I mean, we saw a prime example of it was game 6 versus the Nets when Middleton went for, I think, 38. That team can be not necessarily unbeatable, but to me, they're the best team left, offensively and defensively, and in the playoffs. And I love them. I'll probably buy it down to 6.5 or 6. I think the line may drop a little bit more. To be honest with you, I think we'll see money come in on Atlanta, so I think we'll see that drop. But I love them tomorrow, man. I think they whoop the hell out of the Hawks. It partly being, I mean, if you put any other point guard out of the 29 other teams in the NBA on the Sixers, just traded them out for Ben Simmons, they win that series in 6 games,
easily.
5 games. So I mean, it's just incredible how many of those games that they were up by even just 10 to 15 points, and to lose, 2 after blowing leads is just absurd.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a lot of soul searching to do in Philadelphia, but yeah, tomorrow. Now I love the Bucks, and I love that under.
Bucks on the under.
I think that's it. I think it's an under game. Yeah, both teams are going to be tired, sluggish. I don't see them really coming out shooting lights out, but I do see the Bucks wearing down on the Hawks and taking a W.
I agree with you there. I don't know who's going to match up defensively on Giannis. It's going to be very, very difficult for them. They're going to probably take a playbook out of the Nets book and Maybe have John Collins on him sagging in the paint. So
I think
I think that's a one to look for.
what's the one thing that I guess the Hawks have in their favor is I'm almost positive Cam Reddish is going to be back tomorrow, and he can definitely um, he can definitely guard Giannis. But I don't, like I said, I don't care who you are, and I don't care who it is and how good of a defensive player there's no one that can truly guard Giannis if he head
Right.
down goes
Yeah,
to the paint.
there's no shot.
And yeah, he's not a great free throw shooter, but the more
Right.
chances you get, you know, and he did. I think he went like 65% game 7 against the Nets. He can have nights where he does well from
Yeah.
behind the line or decent. So um, yeah, man, they're just like I said, the Hawks, the the Bucks can guard every position player for the Hawks. There's not a
No, I think the
mismatch.
Bucks match up very, very
There's
well
no one. Yeah.
against the Hawks. Like PJ Tucker
Yeah.
is going to be
So
a force to be reckoned with. Obviously on the defensive side, he's gonna. I think he's gonna be well relaxed and not have to guard Kevin Durant anymore.
yeah, well, yeah, that's the thing. Those guys, the first half of that series were like, what, two of the, well, for 30 seconds of the first game, three of the top 10 offensive players in basketball. And then they swapped Curry for Harden halfway through, but, they covered two of the best players offensively uh, and did it well. They did it. I mean, there was, I think, one game that they both scored in over 110, but for the most part, that was not the series I expected to see. I expected to see a high scoring, over 230 points hitting every night, and then to have those three games that were like
Yeah.
90s basketball scores was
Oh,
was
for
fun
sure.
to watch. So, I just that Hawks offense is not going to be able to
I
do
agree
what
with
they've
that.
done.
Yeah.
The Bucks.
And yes, so back to the game tonight. It says if you had to put a same game parlay together, what would you suggest? I like that question a lot. So I threw in the chat Ayton points over, Paul George over 3-pointers, and then Booker assists. And if you want to add one more on there, you can add Cameron Payne's over an assist as well. But I think the Booker over assists and Ayton's points correlate pretty well together.
Yeah, yeah, those three. I like those three you posted. I'm trying to think of some of the others. Like lots of times, I'm looking for value. I wouldn't throw this in a parlay, but like I said, 8 and over 2, 2 blocks. If you can get that, I got it at plus 200 on Bet Online. But for a same game parlay, those three are definitely three of the tops that I would choose.
And then Banks says said I was coming through, buddy Betts. He's here. He's ready for that parlay.
Oh, we can talk MLB.
I'm trying to see.
I think we've really covered everything for
Yeah,
basketball.
Payne had
tonight.
9 assists last game, so that's a pretty damn good find right there on the assist. And then let's see what Ayton had 20 points and it's at 15 and a half. Yeah, I really like that three parlay. You can throw in Payne's for that same game parlay, yes, if you like that. Let me know what that parlay goes to, value wise. I want to see what that is. I screw around with FanDuel a little bit. Got that for the Super Bowl for those same game parlays and stuff like that, but I haven't gone back to it since. Those are dangerous.
Hey, does anyone know? I guess I could look this up, but if anyone's in the chat that's from Florida, is gambling legal there? Does anyone know? Because I'm not far from Florida state line, and parts of me really wants to have a DK and a FanDuel account just for like shopping line purposes. But I wasn't sure if it was legal there or not.
Sitting at plus 1488 with Payne. Oh, baby. I like that.
Really? What what book are you using?
I would assume that's FanDuel because it's the same game parlay. But yeah, plus 1488 is juicy. I like that. I'd play it twice. I'd play it one with
You can
the 3 and then one with the 4.
you can do same bet. So BetUS doesn't allow same game parlays with props.
Not that I can. Not a lot of books do.
Really? Well, Bet Online surprisingly, with their prop like point rebounds.
Let's see.
Assists. I'm gonna throw this in now. I'm trying to remember what.
Let's see if I can just do
I,
these.
I didn't realize the damn game was. Yeah, over 6.5 for campaign. It's at plus 110. Booker 7.5
Everything
is
just
plus
got
14.
suspended because they just announced the starting line. What? Should still let you get that damn thing in. Game hadn't started yet. Yeah, they can't be. Yeah, they don't allow it here. I bet US to do that. Yeah, it's got to be straight.
Really?
FanDuel is really the only one that I knew of. DK's got a little bit of like they make them up for you and then you can do it, but FanDuel, that's the nice part about FanDuel, for sure. All right.
Well, I do like. Then that makes me a little happier with Bet Online. I mean, I like Bet Online. They've got, but they do have. Damn, George is at over 3.5 for 3-pointers on mine. And I'm kind of scared of that.
Why would they take that? I would
Anyways,
wait, yes. They'll come back up. I don't know why they would suspend the prop bets after there wasn't any surprises. It was Payne, Booker, Bridges, Crowder, Ayton, and then it's Beverly, Jackson, George, Morris, and Zubac. So I mean, it's nothing's crazy there. So I don't know why. I would wait. I'd get that back up there and get that in for sure. So yeah, if you guys have any other questions on Clippers, Suns, shoot us in the chat. If you guys are just arriving, me and Buddy are both on Suns. I think he bought points. You bought points to 3 tonight. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
It was at 4 when I bet
Yep.
it, and yes, I
got
bought
him
it
at
too.
-5 for 2 units, and then I'm also on Booker's assists. Prop wise for 1 unit. All right. What we got for this bad boy? We got 4 games. Yeah, we got 4 games. Brewers, Diamondbacks.
Yeah, four games
Dodgers,
left.
Padres, Giants, Angels. I already know where you're going there. And Rockies, Mariners. All right.
Yeah, man. So I'll tell you where obviously I lean on those games. Giants money line, it's plus money. I don't know what are you seeing for plus 1.5
-200
on Giants? Yeah. Okay. So I love Giants money line. It's got Feeney on the mound. There's a couple guys not in their lineup tonight, but most of their lineup is the 7 guys that are in there are everyday starters. And then playing, just to me, what's been a disappointment of a team in the Angels. They've been struggling without Trout, but even without Trout, they still have a solid roster. So like I said, anytime I can get the Giants are a top 3 team in baseball. Anytime I can get them at plus money, I'm taking it, and it's worked out to my benefit the last couple months. So
one play that I like here, it's either the Mariners money line or we can take their team total, which I think that's 4.5 here. So I think they have a very, very good matchup here against Freeland, who has been horrible this year. Don't see him being able to put down this Mariners lineup that's actually played very well recently. So what do you want to do, money line, or you want to do the team total?
So we're talking about Mariners?
If you like them.
Well, I don't mind the Mariners there. The Rockies have been they've been horrid at away. They're obviously best at home. I think that's the stat I saw the other night. So I like that. For that game, and I was more leaning the over.
Over. Yep.
The over 8.5. What'd you say the team total
Four and a
was?
half.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean they play well.
I
And,
mean,
and
I'd say the safer bet would be the over for that. You know, Rockies could put up some points too.
yeah. But yeah, so I'm good with either. Honestly, I'm good with the over in the team total, or I'm good with the over for the game. But obviously, like I said, like you said, over for the game is definitely the more safe route, just
Yeah, just
because
because
of
we can get Rockies. Let's do
yeah,
that. Over eight and a half.
yeah.
And just you got plus 952 with George over threes, Aiton over 15, and Booker over 7.5 assists, and then Bain over. So it went down. Wow, it went down 500. What the hell? That's pretty crazy. I'd still take it. I like that a lot.
It went down 500.
Yeah, he said it was plus
I mean, with the
1488, and now it's plus 952. I don't know how the hell that did happen. Like within 2 minutes. That's crazy.
I don't know.
What other bet? What other one do you like for this?
Um, so I'm torn on the Dodgers Padres. I lean Padres. Um, just and strictly just because Kershaw's been hit or miss on the mound. But you could say the same for Snell. I just think being at home, the uh, the Padres take this one. That's where I lean
Yeah,
there.
I was kind of thinking the over here. Kershaw hasn't been the greatest, and Snell's been trash. So that that's
Yeah. Oh, is it up seven
seven
and
and
a
a
half?
half. Yeah, it's not a bad one.
Yeah. Though that's no, that's not a bad play either. Yeah, definitely not a bad play. So I'm good with either Padres money line or the over. We can do over there. I
Padres
like
makes it
that.
a little bit more juicy though.
What's that? What are they plus?
Plus 107.
Uh,
Yes,
hmm.
I took only three plus. Oh gosh, so you went down a little bit. Okay, that makes more sense. So he didn't take 3.5. He took three, so he didn't get screwed on the hook. Yeah, that's not a bad one, man.
Gotcha.
I'm telling you that should hit. I like that a lot. Plus 952.
So let me tell the guys this. So on Bet Online, I'm doing same game parlay, and right now I've got this one at plus 2,400. I really like it.
Ew.
So I got campaign over 6.5 assists, Devin Booker over 7.5 assists. Those are plus 110 and plus 114 respectively. Um, DeAndre Ayton over 16.5 points at minus 103. John Crowder over 1.5 3-point field goals at minus 135. And then Marcus Morris over 11.5 points at minus
Going,
130. Those five get you a plus
ew.
2,400.
Going with the big one for Marcus Morris. Think he's going to play well with the knee.
Yeah, yeah. 11 points is easy
Yeah,
to do, man.
if he hits some threes early, for
I say
sure,
easy.
100%.
And I think that's
Yep.
kind of where he's going to stay is behind the three line. Obviously, with a knee injury, he's probably not going to be going to the basket, and he's really not a go to the basket guy. He's more of a behind the three line
Yeah.
spot up and shoot. But 50 returns 1,200
Ew.
bucks with that bet. I'm I'm dropping a half
And
unit
then
on.
yes, love all the questions tonight. Keep them coming, man. Another play for the Padres Dodgers is Eric Hosmer 2+ hits. What's that? What's that juice to? Only thing I'm afraid of is it's against Kershaw being left-handed. I don't know his splits off the top of my head against against Kershaw. So I'd probably lean against it just because of a left-on-left matchup and how Kershaw can hurt people with that curveball. So I'd probably lean under, but I don't know his splits off the top of my head. In my bags, does anybody catch that parlay? Type that out, buddy, if you can.
You talking about my parlay?
I think that's what he's talking about. We haven't finished our baseball parlay yet in my bag, if that's what you're talking about. We got one more.
Yeah.
I threw Padres in there too for ours.
So the last game was
Brewers,
what? The Brewers and Diamondbacks.
I'm leaning Brewers here. I don't think the Diamondbacks can win 2 in a row. No shot.
Yeah.
I'm going to put their money line.
I agree. I agree. That's exactly where I was going to go. Was their money line.
Oh,
Sorry,
good.
I'm trying to type this out, and I'm. So, parlay is Brewers money line.
Yep.
Giants money line.
Brewers money line.
What else we got? Sorry.
Over. Or no, we got Padres money line, sorry. Then we got the over in the Rockies, Mariners. And then we have Giants money line.
Yeah.
On my end, it's plus 1242.
I like it. I like it.
Plus 1242.
What's this one?
And that is
8 and over.
Payne over 6.5. Booker over. Yep. Yeah, Crowder's threes, man. He's been one that I've been doing with a lot in this postseason, just for the fact that he's played some good matchups that give up 3-pointers, and he has been hitting them a shit ton this postseason.
Yeah, I mean he's been wide open. Everyone's keyed on Booker and Paul. So.
Yeah, so if anybody haven't heard our parlay, you want to recap it, or did you throw it in the chat? Oh, Hosmer's 9 for 30 against Kershaw.
Yeah, I'll toss it in the chat. What'd you get odds for that?
I got plus 1242.
So I'm typing the parlay out, but I'm putting an or with the Padres-Dodgers game because I don't think you can go wrong with playing either or the over or Padres money line. So I'm going to kind of leave that decision up to those guys.
Smoke 6. Bait up Batum over 9.5 points. I know Buddy's going to be all over that.
Yeah, I like. Well, if the Clippers are going to have any chance to keep the game close, he's one of those key guys that has to play well. So, that being said, a lot like Booker, I think the Suns are going to try and just take Paul completely out of the game in the beginning because he's such a head case. So I think you could see. I mean, he may have 9 points before the end of the first half. He's a 3-ball guy, so I do like that.
Hosmer's 9 for 30 against Kershaw. That's way better than I thought he would be. Yeah, it's 280, so a little bit more juice. Put some lunch money on it. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. With those stats, you just throw a little bit of money on there and see what you can get. But I'd probably ultimately stay away myself. But can't hurt to have a little bit of lunch money on there. And I'm currently kicking myself right now because the Athletics are up 7-0, and I was going to take their team total at 4.5, and I did not do it, which pisses me off.
Well, I'm pissed off. I've got the White Sox money line, and they're just like Pirates. Like I don't understand this Pirates team, man. I don't. They literally beat all these people they're not supposed to beat, but then they'll go on a freaking 15-game losing streak playing just Little Sisters of the Poor. And, they're a real confusing team to bet against.
I think I just need to fade Garrett Cole every time he's on the mound. Just get plus money and ride it out. They're up,
Yeah,
they're
that's
2-2 right
another
now.
one. Yeah,
So yeah, there's
ever
our
since they started
MLB
getting the stick 'em.
14er. Yep. Okay. We got any other questions? We'll probably be here for another 4 or 5 minutes or so as we wrap up the stream. And we appreciate everybody who's tuned in through and their questions. Hopefully, we've answered the majority of your questions and got some additional bets out of us today. Hopefully, we all have a profitable night ahead of us with these same game parlays and our four-teamer for MLB.
Yeah, so far I'm having a good day. The heater definitely cooled down this last week. I think we were right about even. Maybe we were either plus a couple of units or minus a couple of units. I'm waiting on the spreadsheet guy to get that done. But started out well today. I think I was 4-0-1 in tennis to start the day, and then the Reds won as well.
Hey,
So I was 5-0-1 the beginning of the day. We're starting out with House of Money tonight, so hopefully we can keep that same momentum into the rest of the night and the rest of the week.
yeah, y'all do this every day. Smook 6, we probably go live 2 to 3 times a week. Just it's pretty sporadic right now with not having NFL. We're gonna have our schedule set out for everybody during NFL season. It's going to be our podcast comes out on a certain day, and then we're going to have several live streams, and then probably our biggest live stream is going to be Sunday mornings. So we're going to try to do those every single Sunday leading up to Slate Lock, and we should be able to answer everyone's questions there. But no, to answer your question, we do not do this every single day. It is more sporadic. It's kind of, hey, are you available tonight? Nope. Okay, we'll get you tomorrow, kind of deal. As we try to communicate with everybody. We usually post a couple hours before, just to give everybody kind of heads up as well.
Yeah. Then like tonight is turning out to be a little longer stream than normal. Usually they're about 30 minutes, but I would assume when NFL season gets here, there's going to be more guys tuning in. So there's gonna be more interaction, more questions. These streams will definitely we'll probably have to start them at 9:30, 10 in the morning. We're Central Time, so they'll definitely be a good bit longer. And there's just gonna be so much more to cover.
You'll have
whether it's
we'll do anywhere. I mean, I do a bunch of DraftKings lineups as well, so I will post a bunch of my DraftKings lineups, who I'm stacking, who I'm fading, who I'm not going after. So there's going to be a ton of information that we'll go over, and you'll probably, if you kind of follow our podcast Twitter at Bets and Buds podcast.
home run,
there we go.
Box.
Let's
yes.
go. Oh shit, love that.
3-run homer.
So yeah, follow at Bets and Buds podcast. You'll literally know where our heads are at the entire week as we talk over every single game for the NFL. So yeah, we are more focused on the NBA currently, sprinkling in the MLB, but then the main focus will be shifted towards the NFL, where we will give you guys tons and tons of content. The Pistons got it. No way.
And
What? Yeah, they got the lottery.
Oh, they got the lottery?
My buddy's gonna be pissed. He's a Cavs fan. He wanted it bad.
man, we can. I don't like this because it's so far away from the beginning of the season. But the Cavs to me can get another big man. They've got two interesting pieces in Colin Sexton and Garland. I like the two guys in the backcourt.
Oh, yeah. Man, Pistons, Rockets, Cavs, Raptors. Damn.
The Raptors, man, that's scary. Them getting a freaking top 5 pick. I kind of see them trading that off. They're not far away from being top team in the NBA. Not the top team, but a top team in the NBA. They've got the Raptors.
I'm surprised they stuck on to Lowry. I'm still surprised by that.
I don't know. I like Lowry. Lowry to me is he's not Chris Paul, but he is a Chris Paul. Um, I like him
Oh
as a
yeah,
vet
I just thought
point
maybe a
guard.
team,
I
like the
think
Sixers could have used it.
oh Jesus Christ, yeah, the Sixers win probably the world championship with
No shit.
a different point guard.
All right, we got any other things we
Sixers are
want to
a
add
team,
at the
man.
end here? We got our same game parlays, we got our straight bets, we got our prop bets all situated. We got our 4-teamer for MLB. So I think we covered a shit ton. We almost went for a whole hour. Yes, has got one more thing he says.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but I guess just some other thing, just like you, just to reiterate, stay up to date with the at Bets and Buds podcast Twitter account. We'll be more active there, obviously, towards football season, but that's where we'll show all of our updates. And I guess what we'll probably go live
Yeah,
Thursday,
we can
maybe.
plan for that. Probably is there going to be probably another night that we get 2 game slate maybe for NBA?
Doubt it, unless it's going to be Saturday.
I'm gonna look
Let's see.
here. I know there's
Nah, man, looks like it's going to be one game for the
yeah
rest of the
yeah. So
NBA's
we'll let you guys
playoffs.
know where we're at. Yes has got a great ending question. It's Justin Fields starting quarterback for Week 1 plus 200. I
No,
lean no too.
no.
I don't think they're going to let him do that.
I so I don't have an inside connection to the NFL by any means, but my uncle who played football at Auburn in the '90s is really good friends
Heyo.
with Jim Nagy. Jim Nagy, the guy who puts on the Reese's Senior Bowl here from my hometown, um, and he's already been he's not going to be the starting quarterback
Think
week 1.
think about it like
He
this.
might be the starting
Yes,
quarterback.
if
So
if Fields sucks, they have to lean on Andy Dalton, and they have to worry about Fields being mind fucked the rest of his career. I
they do not want to have another
Yep.
situation like they just had with Jesus Christ, can't think of his name. North Carolina's
Trubisky.
what's his name?
Yeah,
Yeah, Mitch Trubisky.
he
That guy. I think he's going to have a turn on in his career, and I think it's going to be because he's going to get where
he's
is
in
he
Buffalo.
now? He
He's in
ended up
Buffalo.
with
That's
Buffalo.
Jake Allen
So I
2.0.
think he sit behind. Yeah, I think he sits behind Allen for a
Mm-hmm.
year or two and just learns the game and how it plays in the NFL. And he's not going to be a Pro Bowler, but I think
Yeah.
we'll see him as a starting quarterback. Again, he's talent, man. Uh, Jim, is it Nagy that?
Matt
What's their
Nagy.
head coach for the Bears?
Yep.
Matt Nagy. Yeah, Matt Nagy. I think
Oh yeah.
completely
Horrible.
butchered that. Completely the
Yeah,
whole
I just
situation.
think they're going
So
to play this one very, very safely. They know they have their guy for the future in Justin Fields, and they went to get Andy Dalton just so he was pretty much the scapegoat. So if they shit the bed in the early parts of the season, okay, here comes Fields. I know they talk very, very highly of him right now because he is the future of that franchise, and everybody knows it. But I do not believe that he starts
they're
Week 1.
well. The Bears also know that they are not competing for a Super Bowl next year. There's absolutely no point to throw him into an NFL game and beat him to the Wolves week
Mm-hmm.
1. He'll play sparingly, obviously, but um, you're not going to see Fields as a day 1 starter
Yes, just got me really,
for
really pumped up for football season. So thank you for that. God bless.
yeah, I know, man. I know. But yeah, we're good. We can talk football. We can talk football
Yeah,
soon.
for sure.
Let's get NBA soon, and we'll start talking football for sure.
No doubt. Yeah. Yes, I'm stupid pumped. It's unbelievable. It's always this time I start to get the itch, and then it just won't go away.
Hey, Yiz, are you in one of our VIPs? Like, who are you? I try and like some of you guys don't have the same tags as you do in our VIP Discord,
Yeah.
so let me know who you are.
Yep. If you guys have not already, go follow us on Twitter at BuddyBets and then at .bets. This, yeah, been one of our longest streams, so we are definitely excited. We're going to keep throwing content at you guys. Anything you guys want to see on our end, a little bit more, shoot us a DM. Always comment live for us. But yeah, we will get up on out of here. Been a good show tonight. Let's watch the Suns Clippers game and get some profit.
Well, sir, let's do it, man. Good luck,
See you
guys.
guys.
Inferno spazzing on this motherfucker.